It's been 2 months. It's been 2 months since I last bought my bike. So, and I finally got it running, guys. This is my modded Riding Times GT73. Alright guys, welcome back to another BikeLyfe video. Now you're wondering, where's the bike? Okay, there's something we have to talk about because I may have found the loophole making this bike fully functional. Alright, so as you can tell, notice that we have a stock battery on there. Alright. Now, I may have found a loophole because since I got the new controller, since I got the new motor, I actually have a positive and negative terminal adapter connects to the battery mount. And I actually happened to tune this thing to the stock battery. And I know, like, early in my project video, I told you guys that it wasn't possible. Well, I apparently learn as I go, and I realized I could actually find an adapter for this thing. So now we're actually running a battery on this thing. Now, the one thing I've noticed is, obviously, if you guys know what the Riding Times GT73 bike has, it has a dual battery. Now, as you can tell, I'm only running one battery because, well, since the old controller used to be inside the seat, and the new controller is too big to even fit in there, and it's taking place outside on where the second battery used to be. So obviously I can't run two batteries because there's no space. So now we're just running the one stock battery. Now this may have advantages and disadvantages because if you're only running on one battery, that means you have less range and obviously kind of limits the usage. But the pros of having a one battery is less weight, and since I have an extra battery now, I could just swap out the batteries whenever I run out of juice on this one. But we're only running on one battery, and yes, I took the time to tune it and I put everything back together, so now it looks a little cleaned up. But obviously what I'm gonna have to do is get some a shield or some sort to cover the wires and such. Just basically cover this entire area so that way it's kind of waterproof and it won't be exposed to any water, so I can ride this in wet conditions. But I think that's the only thing I could really do on this bike. Otherwise, I decided to back out on the new battery, the new upgraded battery, because one, it's too expensive, and two, since the battery I pretty much need is going to come straight out of China, so it won't be like weeks, business weeks, to even get there. So I decided to back out on that and just try to run a stock battery, which I actually happen to do. And just to prove you guys I'm not lying, I got my new keys, and yeah, we're just going to turn this baby on, bro. Look at that. And it turns on just like that. So we have a fully functional bike, guys. And like I said, I tuned it and everything. The controller is detuned to the stock battery so I don't cook it. So, and I tested that to make sure the motor wheel's running, and it does. So it starts spinning now. So we actually have a fully functional bike. Now the real test is it actually going to run on the streets? And that's what we're about to do today. So yeah, guys, welcome back to another BikeLyfe video, and this is going to be the first time ever I get to ride this thing. Now there are some things that I need to do still, aside from the shield, is new tail light, and I eventually need a headlight for this thing, on top of other stuff. And if my testing session goes really well, and I test it maybe 2 more times, and then maybe take this to work at least once, I definitely think this thing is ready to go. And I would need to register this thing because it goes faster than the legal limit on e-bikes. So that's going to be interesting. But so technically I'm riding a not a street legal bike, and this is going to be a little interesting. First time riding this thing. Dude, I can't believe this is happening. Are you kidding me? I'm probably going to spend most of the day on this thing, so I probably won't record all of the entire day, because the main reason I wanted to record is to get my first impressions on riding this thing for the first time. And I just can't believe this is going to be happening. So obviously it's in park, and the buttons here, you have the plus and minus, obviously, to change assist. You got the mode button, and then you got park, which is that silver sticker right there. So if we press the P button, we're in the first pedal assist. So we're going to try the first pedal assist first, and then we're just going to work our way up. I did do a top speed test on this thing and elevated the wheel, and apparently there's 5 assists, and 4 already goes to 40 miles an hour. So I might be a little chickened out on this, because I don't trust this thing completely to go that fast. So we're just gonna slowly build our way up, and we're just gonna let the, you know, the ride explain itself. But here we go, guys. First time. Oh, I'm not ready. Oh god. Okay. Oh my god. It's moving. So assist 1 goes to 8 miles an hour, so that's good. Nothing feels weird. I made sure there's air in the tire. The suspension feels great already, and I'm not even going that fast. And the brakes work. The rear brakes are a little iffy, because obviously when I put this thing together, the rear brake don't even fit. So that's new. Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and take it out of first, and we're going to put it in the second. So here comes second. And I can already feel the immediate throttle response. So this is actually insane. I'm already going 20 miles an hour. This is only assist 2, bro. Oh my god. Oh no. This is insane. Dude. I'm already reaching my top speed on my other e-bike that I usually ride. So this is already too much for second assist. Oh my god. The throttle response is already crazy. Like it responds immediately. I think the default setting was a 2-second delay, but I tuned it to where it'll respond within half a second. So that's already a good thing, that I can adjust the throttle response. So that's pretty cool. Alright, we're going to go ahead and take it out of 2, we're going to put it in the 3. I'm going to slowly grab on. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, wait. Okay. Alright. So 28 on third assist. So this is the legal limit. And this is already insane. You got to remember, we still have 2 more assists to go. And it's already too much. Oh my god. This is actually insane. 28 miles an hour on the third assist, and we still have more to go. So this is definitely going to keep up with traffic. No doubt. Stock battery, new controller, new motor. This is already too much. I am just not ready for this, bro. Alright, let's go to 4. Oh my god. Oh my god. 35, 36. 36 miles an hour in 4th gear. Oh my god. Oh my god. 36 miles an hour. 36 miles an hour on the 4th assist. Are you kidding me, bro? Oh my god. Oh my god. This is unreal. Dude, I'm already reaching the speed limit on this thing. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was, I'm pretty sure you guys couldn't hear me, but oh my god, dude. I just went 36 miles an hour on this thing. And keep in mind, that's actually the top speed of the GT73. Just stock. Like, no upgraded anything. That's the stock setting. But this still has one more assist to go, and I'm not ready for it, dude. No way. No way. Oh my god. This is utterly mental. Upgraded motor, upgraded controller. This thing already goes 36, no problem. The throttle grabs on almost immediately. Alright? And I still have one more assist to go. I'm pretty sure if I put this to 5, I'm definitely passing 40. Like, this is no gimmick. This thing is fast. I went almost twice of what I'm used to on speed, dude. This thing is actually ridiculous. Oh my god, I can't. Oh my god. I can't. I need to get used to leaning on this thing because I'm not used to bigger bikes, because I've been so used to bicycles and the moped style e-bikes. Like, the moped style e-bikes, they're heavy, and I'm kind of used to leaning on it, but something like this is a lot taller, it's a lot longer, but I think it weighs about the same, maybe a little more compared to the moped style e-bike. So this is almost like up to motorcycle status. Like, this is pretty much as equivalent as a Suron almost. So that's already insane. Oh my god, dude. Oh, I'm gonna cry, bro. What have I done? Oh, did I really just drop $2,000 on this thing just for it to do this? I might just get my money's worth, bro. Oh my god. But yeah, on this, I don't know if you guys, I never explained about the display, but obviously you have the speedometer, tells you miles per hour. The factory stock on this controller puts it at kilometers per hour, because obviously it's international, but it's powered by NB Power. So I will leave a link to the motor if you guys ever want to like convert something like this. Obviously I got this off of Amazon and such, so if you guys want to check out the motor and you want to do this yourself, I'll leave a link. But I set the clock on there, and it tells me the odometer and the watts and the voltage, so that way I know I'm not like overcooking this thing. But it's nice to see the volts on this thing. Oh my god. Okay, so if I want to go the legal speed limit, I need to do third pedal assist, and if I want to go faster than that, you just go up from there, and it's just crazy. So I can't fathom how insane this is. But oh my god. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this in 4, and I'm just gonna have to feather the throttle a little bit. The throttle is very linear. It doesn't like go full throttle and then off throttle and on throttle. It's actually very smooth. But I love this thing already. And obviously there's some adjustments I still need to make, because you know, this thing isn't fully complete yet, and just to finish the project, I just need to do the shield, the headlight, taillight. I need to register this thing, and then if I really wanted to, I can upgrade the battery. But since we're running on the stock battery and we're already reaching the speed limit, I feel like I don't really need it right now. So I think I'll go ahead and save some money and not order the upgraded battery. But this thing is already insane. Like, I cannot tell you how ridiculous this thing is already. And then obviously hit the P button and it'll go into park. But yeah, and then you can go ahead and just turn this off, and then probably smart to turn off the battery as well. So I could actually leave it on, because there's actually an alarm with this thing. So that's the one thing I also like about this is it also comes with an alarm. I have 2 alarms on this thing because I'm tired of people stealing my shit. So to lock it, it's actually this key fob, and obviously it'll show you the icons. So if I lock it, it'll do that once, and then I'm going to go ahead and double lock it as well. Guys, dude, this thing is actually sick. Oh god, I have yet to do the 5th assist, and if I do the 5th assist, I probably won't be able to get it on video with the audio because obviously it's all wind noise from there. But guarantee later in this video you might see me do pedal assist 5 and I might be crying. But like I said, I don't fully trust myself with this thing. Like I said, I just built this thing. This is like my first time actually building a bike like this, where I take a bike and replace all the parts, or at least most of it, and putting it together, and then this is what I get. But so far this thing has been phenomenal. It's a little wobbly because when I put the air in the tire in the rear, the tire doesn't completely fit on, so I might have to let out some air and refit the tire into the wheel. Otherwise, it rides completely smoothly. The suspension feels amazing. You got shocks in the front and the rear, and yeah, it's a really comfortable ride. The seat's comfortable. I could sit on it pretty much all day. But this thing is actually insane, dude. I'm gonna get some coffee because I just woke up at 5 in the morning and it's like 6:30, and I just need to relax a little bit, and then we'll go back out riding again. So I'll catch you guys in a minute. Whew. The turn radius is not okie dokie, I'll tell you that right now. Sing my boy, sing my boy. Okay. Gonna have to use the front brake more, or the engine braking, whatever the hell that is. Dude, the shadow looks crazy. It looks like I'm riding a literal Sur-Ron or something. Oh my god, this thing is so sick. Now we're just gonna pray that we don't get pulled over today, because that is literally the worst that could happen. Unless the cops are pretty chill, then I wouldn't mind it. Sing my boy, sing my boy. My boy, my boy. Crazy! Oh my god, this thing's crazy, bro. I'll tell you. Actually insane, guys. It's street legal. What are you talking about? This is not legal. I should be in the bike lane. Say my boy. Say my boy. Dude, this feels like a Stark Varg to me. This is like my Stark Varg. And if you guys don't know what a Stark Varg is, it's literally the most powerful e-bike in the world. But it's crazy that I'm riding this and it feels like I'm riding one. But it really, it's just an upgraded e-bike. 48 volts. Yeah, no, it's a 48 volt. Yeah, it's a 48 volt battery and we're running 45 volts right now. Not too bad. Not too bad. This thing cooks, bro. I'm telling you. Okay. Here's the one thing I'm gonna do, okay? We're gonna put this into 5th pedal assist when we hit the 40 mile per hour speed limit. Because the speed limit's 40 and I want to see if this thing will actually exceed it. I already think it's already going to be too crazy for me. And I also have to keep an eye out for cops, because if I see one, I have to slow down. Unless they're chill like that. I don't know. I gotta make sure I'm doing this legally. This is not a registered bike yet. I'm just test riding it. And I already think it's insane that I'm test riding it. Shake my butt, shake my butt. I need to stop singing that. I don't know why that's in my head today. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Shake my butt. Dude, this thing hooks immediately. I'm telling you. Fucking windy. Okay, came to a problem. And I don't know what happened. Staying on just fine. Yeah, I realized the power cut at 40 miles an hour, so I was going into the wind and we were at 38 miles an hour, and then it started cutting off, which is something I did not expect. Yeah, that's kind of why I didn't want to do fifth pedal assist, because it's already too fast. But yeah, I noticed that the power started cutting off and I was going only 20 miles an hour. It's definitely windy. We're gonna try to get back on the road, and if it does that again, I might have to honestly just stay out of pedal assist 5, only because I might harm the battery if I do. But I think we're gonna stick to 4, and then I might kick back to 5 again, but I'm not sure, because that was, I don't know. I don't want to damage the bike, so we're gonna stay in pedal assist 4 and see if it's gonna get back to 37 like it was supposed to. But that was interesting. There's our first problem we have today, is the power cutoff at 5th. It gets up to speed just fine, it's just, I don't think it just wants to do that. So we can't do 5th. I'm gonna try 5th again, probably in the opposite direction, honestly. But yeah, I feel like if it's too windy, I might have to stay out of 5th, but I'm not sure. If I go the opposite direction, and it's maybe if the wind doesn't push the bike enough, we could do 5th. But if it's too windy, I might have to stay out of 5th, because the motor is just working so hard and the battery can only withstand so much power. It's only reasonable that we do it that way. Oh my god, it's so fucking windy, bro. I don't understand why it's so fucking windy. Save my boy, save my boy. Gotta get that power delivery, you know what I'm saying? Gotta get that power delivery. So we made it to Walmart, which is pretty much on the other side of town. Push it in. There we go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh my god. This thing's mental, bro. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna get some freaking something to drink, and then we're gonna head back home and see what battery percentage we're at, because I have no idea. It still says we're on a full battery, so might be concerning after all the power I put in this fucking thing. New grocery getter. You know what that means. Limited on space. Limited on space, guys. So obviously we went into the wind. Now we're gonna see what it's gonna be like going with the wind. I honestly wish it wasn't too windy, but I think it's honestly a perfect time to test it when it's windy, because just curious to see how much power this thing is willing to put out into the wind and with the wind, and doing an average top speed test on this thing. So far we hit 38 to 39 on this thing into the wind. So we're about to find out if this thing will actually go 40 into or with the wind. So that's going to be new. So we're going to do assist 4, and then we're going to build up to 5 when we get to the top end of 4. So that's going to be fun. I'm trying not to use the rear brake so much. So I'm using more of the engine braking and the front brake. So that's a new experience. Oh yeah, this thing flies with the wind, bro. Okay, so 35 to 36 in fourth. We're gonna push it to 5. 40, yeah, 41. Yeah, this thing already goes the speed limit at 40. This is with the wind, so yeah, 40 miles an hour top speed, and this thing flies. This thing's actually insane. What the fuck? Try to use the front brake more rather than the rear brake, because it's honestly safer that way instead of using the rear brake. I only use the rear brake if it's an emergency stop, pretty much. or if someone just brake checks me. But yeah, like I said, more emergency situation. Sur-on. It's a knockoff Sur-on. Oh my god. I've never had something so smooth and so like responsive. I feel like this is what the GT73 should have been for its money. If it would have performed like this stock, this thing would be an absolute it would just be a steal at this point. I bet you this bike would be popular if it was this responsive and this fast, especially if it goes 40. Yeah, 42 miles an hour with the wind and 39 to 38 into the wind. And going into the wind, the power cuts off, and with the wind, it doesn't really cut off. So I'd say I'll take that, honestly. I mean, I'll take this over not functioning at all. So I'm glad this thing is fully functional. I need a game plan on how I'm going to store this thing, honestly. Comfortable. Just hovers over bumps like it's nothing. That's how good the suspension is. I can feel the bumps, but they're not like jolting me around. It just absorbs everything that it hits. That's how comfy the suspension is. God, riding into the wind sucked, dude. And now that I'm riding in the opposite direction, it just feels amazing. I might ride downtown a little bit. I wish I had this thing like a year ago. You know how cool that would be? It would be insane, bro. Got a clean Subaru. My first impression on riding this for the first time, I love it. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. It's very responsive. It gets up to speed. It reaches the speed limit, which I'm happy about. But this thing is actually insane for what it does. And like I said, I feel like this is what the Riding Times GT73 should have been. I think they updated it now to where it's a little faster. But honestly, if I had to compare this to the new upgraded GT73, if I ever got to ride that, that would be amazing. But yeah, if I ever got to ride the new one and compare it to this, I would say if it actually meets my expectations and actually does not too bad of a job keeping up with this, then I think the new GT73 would be pretty good. Otherwise, the first time the GT73 came out stock, I've seen a lot of people review it, and it's actually not that good. So for now, I think this is better than the stock GT73 only because I put money into it. But honestly, if the new GT73 performs just like this for the current price it's at, I think it would just blow through the charts. Like, it would be a really good bike. With the top speed and everything, and you know, I think it's a pretty good bike. But for me, I love this bike, and I would prefer it over the stock GT73 any day, only because I customize it, but at the same time I put money into it and it's fully functional. And the fact that I have a second battery to run on this thing, and I can get an even more of an upgraded battery and make this thing even faster, I think that's just crazy. Like, you can do anything with building your own stuff. I just realized it doesn't kick in as much. I just realized it's not putting as much power. I just realized when I launched it didn't put enough power, but I don't know. I need to figure out how much this thing is at on charge, because I have not seen it drop a single battery once. Okay, I realize it's not putting enough torque on this thing. Yeah, this thing doesn't kick on as fast. I think it's starting to run a low voltage now. Yeah, it's running on 42 volts. So yeah, it's not as responsive, but as soon as it gets charged fully, it actually kicks in just fine. Yeah. I noticed that as it's starting to run out of battery, that it just doesn't kick in as much. So that's one thing to keep in mind. It looks like I only went 10 miles. Yeah, it looks like I only went 10 to 11 miles and it's already not feeling like going that fast. It's running only 42 volts right now. We're only running 42 to 45 volts now instead of the 52 that it's maxing out at. Yeah, this thing has a slow start. It's almost like riding the clutch. It's almost what it feels like now. It feels like I'm trying to release the clutch slowly. It gets up to, it looks like it's getting up to 33 on fourth with this much battery left. So I guess the main issue I'm having is I can't tell how much battery I have left in this thing until I physically check the battery, because it looks like it's not telling me the battery percentage. And I'm glad I finally have a fully functional bike, and I've only noticed two things that I'm noticing is, you know, after a certain amount of miles, this thing doesn't put as much torque, enough power, which is, I mean, it's pretty obvious because once it's fully charged, it puts out the maximum output. But at the same time, going into the wind in fifth actually cuts off the power because I'm probably putting too much power for what kind of condition I'm in. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, leave a like, comment down below on what I should do next with this thing, or, you know, more BikeLyfe content. And sorry if you can't hear me because it's windy, but if you guys are going to come back to the channel, want to see some more content, hit that subscribe button, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. Yeet!